In 2 Corinthians 4, verse 17, it says, "For our light and momentary troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all." As you press against this resistance, remember that our struggles in life are only temporary, but the glory they produce will last forever. Keep pressing forward in your faith in Jesus Christ, just as you press against this band. And may God's strength be yours. May His glory be your hope and motivation. I'm Roman Hunter. Welcome. Today we're going to be talking about the resistance band floor press exercise. The primary movers of this exercise are the triceps and the chest muscles, or your pecs. The chest muscles. Now, this is a really good exercise if you want to develop your triceps and if you want to develop your pecs. What I'm using here is a resistance band. You can use a large resistance loop. You can use a resistance tube. I'm using a light resistance band. If you want to increase the intensity of it, you can use a moderate or a heavy resistance band, or you can use all three bands together. And you'll really feel a pump in this exercise. Now, the starting position of this exercise. So I have this band here in my hand. Right? And I'm holding at both ends. Hold a little closer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it around my shoulders like that. So I'm bringing it around my shoulders like this. So I have it in this position. I'm going to lie back on it. All right? I keep my knees bent to take the pressure off of my lower back. If you want, you can straighten the knees, but especially if you have lower back problems, I would strongly suggest that you bend your knees. All right, this helps to keep your spine in neutral alignment and also helps take the pressure off your lower back and reduce any lower back pain that you probably would have had if you were to lie on your back with knees extended. So, knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and elbows are at about 45 degrees, or rather your shoulders are about 45 degrees or 90 degrees. I would say you can keep them at 45 degrees. And the elbows are bent at 90 degrees, as you can see here. All right, so I'm going to turn this way so you can see. Elbows are at 90 degrees. All right, not out like this, not in like this. So shoulders about 45 degrees out, elbows 90 degrees, and you're going to be pressing up and together like that. So as you press up, you bring the hands together and then back down. Separate them. As you're returning back to starting position, you separate them like you're drawing, like you're forming an arrowhead right there. So you're letting them meet. And the whole purpose of letting them meet like this, letting your hands meet like this, is to squeeze, get that proper contraction in your pec muscles. Give that proper, because the pecs are also responsible for adduction, bringing your hand towards or across the midline of the body, right? So as you press up, you bring them together, or you can cross them if you want a little bit. But I would say just bring them together. It's good enough. And you feel that squeeze in your chest. Feel the pec squeezing. And then back down. Up, bring them together, and then separate them as you return back to starting position with the arms resting on the floor. Elbows remain at 90 degrees, bent or flexion. Up and together, let them touch right at the midline in front of you, and then back. Right? So, additionally, don't bring it too far up this way and not down that way. Just up in front and then back down. Up in front of you and then back down. There are different variations. If you want, you can move it this way as well to get a little bit of the lower fibers of your pecs at an angle, about this angle, about 45 degrees. If you want to get the mid fibers of your pecs, just do it straight up and in front. Okay? This is the resistance band floor press exercise, a wonderful exercise to add to your exercise program. You can do a couple sets, a couple reps of this exercise. If this is too easy for you, you can change the band. You can double the bands. You can use 2 bands at a time, 3 bands at a time, or you can use a heavy resistance band, large resistance loop, as I said from before. And once you have the band, you can do it pretty much anywhere. Just find somewhere to lie down, some space, and position yourself accordingly and perform this exercise. When you're lying down also, one more thing before we go, when you lie down, you want to make sure that the back of the head, the occiput, is in contact with the floor, the shoulders are in contact with the floor, and your sacrum or your butt is in contact with the floor, and again, the feet are flat on the floor. Remember to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm Roman Hunter. Have a wonderful day. Blessings.